Welcome to the Smart Science Teacher Guide. In this video, we'll learn how to log into the teacher pages for Smart Science. We'll look at the evaluation section where we can grade student work and track student progress on the different activities. And we'll look at activity plans for all the labs as well as registration functions. Let's get started. The first thing to do is go to smartsciencelab.com and then press the Homepage for Staff button. Now choose your school district, or organization. In some cases, if you pick a school district, you also have to pick a school within that. Once you've done that, choose your teacher name and put in a password. Then press Login. This will get you the access to the Evaluate section where you can look at student work. If I press the instructor number next to my school under the instructor column, this will display my teacher name. If I'm an administrator, I can see all the teachers, but because I'm just a teacher, I can only see myself. Now press your name to display your students. Here we have generic students who have done work in different lessons. For each one of the students to the right, you can see intro quizzes, post-lab quizzes, and lab reports. Clicking on any one of these brings up that particular piece of work, and you can see what questions the students got right and wrong. And this list is sortable by class, alphabetical, A to Z or Z to A, student, same, and lesson, same. And I can see that this class has only completed shadows, and then one student has just done the intro for line graphs. Now I can go ahead and look at the reports. And I notice a couple of reports here have been handed in. If I click on the blank under Report with the star and the underscore, this will display the report. I can write comments back to the student, each place they wrote something, and I can also put a grade in. Once done, you can save or submit this to put it in and allow the student to see it with the Submit button, and then you can archive it if you'd like to print it out. That will create a PDF of the student's lab report. I'm going to close this, and I'm not going to save my responses. So I'm going to go ahead and close the report. So that's the basics of the Evaluate section. Looking over student work, sorting by class, student, or lesson, and grading the lab reports and providing comments to the student. Let's go ahead and click the Plan tab. So the second area in the staff pages for Smart Science are these lab plans. For example, if I click elementary school here, I will get all the different elementary topics for this particular school or district. Clicking on any one of these topics, say animal behavior, lets me see all of the information about this topic. Now, because this is elementary school, we only have the lowest level of content available. Let me go back to Pick Curriculum, and then I will choose the middle school curriculum. Under middle school, we have some of the same topics, but now they have many more difficulty levels available. For example, if I go down here and find the Daily Tides topic, I will notice that the Engage has a basic, middle, advanced, and honors level. Clicking on any one of these will display that to the right, so I can see what basic looks like. 5 questions and a small amount of reading. If I click Advanced, much more reading, and now there will be 6 questions. So as a teacher, you can easily preview what different difficulty levels will give you. The Explore has 2 different levels, and the Reflect 3 levels, and the Explain many different levels. The Explain is the writing piece, so let's take a look. Starting, 3 boxes, 1 or 2 bullet points per box for the student to write about. Basic, 4 areas to write in with 3 or 4 bullet points to describe what they should be writing. And once you get up to honors, this is the highest level. You'll see 7 different written areas with many different prompts to help the student write. So when choosing the difficulty level of a topic, know that it scales both the quizzes, the reading, and the writing for that lab. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the register page now, the third and last part of the staff pages. In Register, we have functions, how to create classes, create teachers, edit classes, move students, add or drop students, and import students. Here's the staff list for me and this school. I can't create a new staff because I'm not an administrator, so I'm going to press my Classes button. To create a new class, press the New button, and then go ahead and look through the different curricula available. Let's say I wanted to make a physics class. I would name that class, and usually you put an ID for the class. Then pick a difficulty level, say middle, and choose whether or not students want to write or pick hypotheses. These are all things you can edit in current classes as well by pressing the Edit button after you highlight a class you'd like to edit. Lastly, we've got two more options. Hypothesis or prediction. If you don't like using the word hypothesis with your students, you may change to prediction. And curve fit, enable or disable. This shows up as curve fits on the data on the graphs. If you disable it, all you'll get is the points that the student clicks and puts on the graph. And then one thing you can fill in, a box for a preferred quiz grade. If I put an 80 here, if the student does not achieve an 80, they can take the quiz up to 2 more times to try to achieve that preferred grade. Upon 3 takes, they'll be locked into their final grade. Now let's look at the Students button. If I highlight a class and press Students, I'll notice here's all my students, generic students with generic passwords in this demo account that I'm showing you. If I want to make a new student, I press New, I put in a name, and I put in a password, and I can put in an ID, but not all accounts require that, and I press Submit. If I want to edit a current student, I can edit that student, edit their ID, and edit their password. If I want to move a student, I press the Move button, select the target class, check off any student I'd like to move, and then move it into that new target class with this Move button on the right. This has been a summary of all the different teacher features in our Smart Science staff pages. If you have any more questions, email support@smartscience.net, call our 800 number 855-4SCIENCE, or go to the website smartscience.net. Thank you for using Smart Science, and we hope to be talking to you soon about using these wonderful online science resources with your students.